When Jesus called his disciples, his first word was, "Come." He invited them because he loved them unconditionally. In the second column, he invited them into an intimate personal relationship with himself. In the third column, he said that he wanted to change them before they changed the world or the church. They needed to be changed themselves. In the fourth column, the automatic result would be that this changed person would make new disciples. The whole discipleship process depends on a new experience, not merely knowledge about Jesus' unconditional love, but to become like him through his love changing us. This is the catalyst for discipleship. To get a better grip and experience unconditional love is not easy. Jesus tells a story in Luke 15 about a prodigal son. In Luke 15 we read why he tells the story. By this time, a lot of men and women of doubtful reputation were hanging around Jesus, listening intently. The Pharisees and religion scholars were not pleased, not at all pleased. They growled. He takes in sinners and eats meals with them, treating them like old friends. Their grumbling triggered the story. The reason why he told this parable is because the church leaders were outraged about Jesus' behavior, because they had no idea about unconditional love. The younger son in the story, although he lived in his father's household, did not grasp his father's heart. On return, the son started his speech. "Father, I have sinned against God. I've sinned before you. I don't deserve to be called your son ever again." He thought he has to earn, deserve, qualify for his father's love. Even the eldest son had no idea about unconditional love. The older brother stalked off in an angry sulk and refused to join in. His father came out and tried to talk to him, but he would not listen. The son said, "Look how many years I've stayed here serving you, never giving you one moment of grief. But have you ever thrown a party for me and my friends?" His paradigm was that he deserved a party because of his good behavior over many years. Henry Nouwen described his own numerous attempts to leave home like this. "I have become deaf to the voice that calls me the beloved, have left the only place where I can hear that voice, and have gone off desperately hoping that I would find somewhere else what I could no longer find at home." In this parable, the father is an example of Jesus' unconditional love, receiving the youngest son back, as if he has never left the house, pleading with the older brother to love like he loves, giving the church leaders of his time a peep into his unconditional heart. The people of Jesus' time did not grasp the true meaning of unconditional love. Do you experience this? Do you live from this? Is this who you are in the core of your identity? Or do you live from what you do, what you achieve, how you perform, or what you have, your titles, your education, the family that you come from, your nice clothes, your money, your car, your church building, or maybe what other people say about you? What do you really, deep down, build your life on? Do you live only from the biggest truth about you, that Jesus calls you his unconditionally beloved? We do not live from his unconditional love. And that is the reason why we experience rejection, are easily offended, suffer from inferiority, compare ourselves with others, or compete with others, feel so good when we get applause and bad when criticized, chase performance or possessions, battle to love unconditionally ourselves. Maybe the reason why it is not easy to experience unconditional love is because the world we live in operates on a system of conditional love. The world says, show us what you can do, your achievements, and we shall applaud you. Show us what you have, and we shall applaud you. I shall love you only if you are successful and popular, if you do what I say, if I approve of your life decisions, if I can get something from this relationship, if you love me. We love like the world loves. The world's love works on an exchange basis. We love in exchange for something. When there is no more benefit for me, I stop loving. And because we breathe in this atmosphere of conditional love every day, we become exactly like the world. We love like the world loves. We think God loves like the world loves. We feel loved by God when everything is well in our life. Success is a sign of God's approval on our behavior. When something bad happens to us, it is because God withdrew His blessing, because He is dissatisfied with me. We stay in a house of fear instead of a house of love. We think because the world loves us conditionally, that God also loves us conditionally. We presume that because we find ourselves to be less than lovable, God sees us that way too. For many reasons, we don't love ourselves. We are dissatisfied with our performance in life. We suffer from self-rejection, and then we project these feelings on God. Have a look at this statement and reflect about it. The greatest trap in life is not success, popularity, or power, but self-rejection, doubting who we truly are. God made man in His image, and man returned the compliment. We make him into our image. We think God is like us, but this human-patterned version of God is a gross distortion. At the baptism of Jesus, right at the start of His ministry, before He performed any miracles, before He has been to the cross, His Father says to Him, and the voice came from heaven, "You are my Son, whom I love. With you I am well pleased." His Father offering Him petrol for His ministry. The fact that He is unconditionally loved by God would carry Him when criticized or when people praised Him, realizing it is His Father's love flowing through Him. And what is said of Jesus is said about you. The ministry of Jesus shows that He loves you in the exact same way as He is loved by the Father. As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Now, remain in my love. Religion says, I shall love you if you change. God says, my love changes you.